What's up, people? Once again, it's time for another intro to my, once again, real life superhero, quote unquote, fan page. And this time on this, actually, this is the same intro as the last one. Only this time, this is the same intro with a quote unquote different quote unquote costume. This is one of both my revealing comic book list, comic books and working class comic books list. My t-shirt and skinny jeans, gloves with or without, gloves with quote unquote COVID mask on. Once again, this is another intro to my various classic rock and roll, hip, retro, classic and modern rock and roll, hip hop video reviews, rants, and favorite best lists, etc. Another Doug rants, current and Doug's current past social events type quote unquote video. And once again, I'm thinking about it, various comic book, novel, movie, animation, video game reviews on in quote unquote pretty much the same as everything else, only this time in costume for this exclusive page, but I'm thinking about uploading it to other channels too. So yeah, with that being said, this time I'm using It Doesn't Matter in both of the quote unquote intros. So with that being said, let's get started right now.
Never give up. Hey everybody, it's time for another movie review, and this time, as you can see by the title, this is my part 1 spoiler filled. This is my part 2 spoiler filled review, webcam review, real life superhero review of the May 2026 film Mortal Kombat 2. This is my review and rant. There will be some ranting in this too. I decided to keep this refreshing and try a different pace of costumes instead of the box armor arms that you normally see in videos like this from now on. Sometimes I'll have the jacket on. I didn't feel like recording an intro. I think I already did, but I don't feel like finding it, so I just stick it here. But in honor of the character Johnny Cage, I'll wear a jacket and jeans similar to what he's wearing. So with that being said, let me make my grand entrance on camera and continue the rest of this review. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 2. This is one of the movies I've been looking forward to this year. This is the first in a series of movies I'm looking forward to, and I must say, while I think the film is okay, and while I enjoy it, I've seen it 4 to 5 times already. I think this movie right here, I was disappointed this movie did not follow the rule of Mortal Kombat when the trailers looked like it was following the storyline. It almost looked like an exact replica in several scenes. In several scenes of the video game Mortal Kombat 2, a live action replica of the video game in several scenes. But I was disappointed to find out that this movie, and spoilers here, this movie did not follow the storyline. This was a girl boss movie, what the people were saying. That's what this was. It was still entertaining for what it was. My favorite character in the film shined the most. That was Johnny Cage. He was the best of all the cast. He was the best of all the cast. He was the number 1 best. The second best was Liu Kang, Jax, Sonya, Cole Young, Kano. Third best were Kitana and Jade. The fourth best were Raiden, Scorpion, and Noob Saibot, Sub-Zero. And the fifth, the worst, were Shao Kahn, Quan Chi, and Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung, the fighting was good. Almost all of the fight scenes, especially those by Johnny Cage, Jax, and Liu Kang and Cole Young, their fights, in my opinion, were the greatest fights in the film. And speaking of characters, I mentioned the worst being Shao Kahn, Shang Tsung, and Quan Chi. Shang Tsung and Quan Chi really didn't do much in this film other than ambush the heroes, and for Quan Chi, resurrect two characters. Yeah, they were disappointing, and especially Quan Chi. He was captured at the end of the movie. I almost forgot another terrible character in this film was Sindel. How do you top Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which I love Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and I love their incarnation of Sindel, but that Sindel is supposed to be notoriously the worst portrayal of Sindel. And this film was even worse. This film was even worse. It started off good with the origin. One thing this film has going for it is the first to show the origin of how Shao Kahn took over Adenia, the fight between him and King Jared. And with Cinderella, it started off good, but it was all downhill after her first tournament fight. The storyline had Raiden and Sonya recruiting has-been Johnny Cage to participate in a brand new Mortal Kombat tournament. Johnny Cage refuses to participate, but is summoned to the tournament anyway. And also, in a subplot, Shao Kahn is looking for an amulet that will give its user the power of immortality and invincibility. Actually, immortality. It's up to the remaining warriors: Liu Kang, Jax, Sonya, Johnny Cage, to find this amulet before Shao Kahn does. And that's Shao Kahn does. All of this is happening while during the Mortal Kombat tournament. So the storyline was okay. But going back to Shao Kahn, Quan Chi, and them being weak, I mentioned Shang Tsung and Quan Chi not really doing much in this film. Yes, Liu Kang and Shang Tsung, the epic rivalry for Mortal Kombat. They have little to no interaction in this film. One of the big epic rivalries in it. Yeah, Shang Tsung, he doesn't even fight in the tournament in this movie. Shao Kahn needed an amulet to be powerful. He would have been killed off by spoilers Cole Young if it wasn't for the amulet. Yeah, the acting ranges from okay to terrible, especially that of Liu Kang, Quan Chi, and Kung Lao. Their acting in this film was abysmal. And Kung Lao got killed off in the first movie. Spoilers, resurrected in this film, only to be killed off again. That was disappointing. And the fight between him and Liu Kang was pretty good, but it wasn't all that, in my opinion. It wasn't all as great as people rated it out to be. There was something else I wanted to see, and more than the fight, and I didn't get to see it. What else about this movie? They also killed off several characters, and I didn't like them sidelining spoilers. I didn't like them sidelining Liu Kang in favor of Kitana. You can have Kitana as the main character without sidelining and crapping all over Liu Kang and several other characters in this film, which you did. Other than those flaws, film was pretty entertaining, just not as awesome as I thought it was going to be, as it looked in the trailers. So, your action, storyline, soundtrack were the film's strongest points. Its weakest points were the acting from several characters, and doesn't follow the lore of Mortal Kombat. It did several characters dirty. There were also several characters missing who I would have thought would have been in this movie, but turned out they weren't in this film. So yeah, this has been my part 2 real life superhero review and rant on Mortal Kombat 2. You want to hear the rest of the music and see the rest of my mannerisms? Turn the video off right now. To see the part 1, which will be uploaded with this one, the link will be in the description box below. So yeah, once again, you don't want to hear the rest of the music, turn the video off right now.
Ooh, okay.